giving you an opportunity to get the full story from the people who tell it best. This is Mediacom News Leaders.
Hello everyone and welcome to Mediacom News Leaders. I'm Carol Kelly. Joining us today, Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Waterloo, we do have Sharon Juon. Sharon, welcome.
Good morning, thank you.
So you are a longtime resident of Waterloo.
Right.
Newest members of the City Council though. Talk to us a little bit about your background.
Well, my husband and I moved here over 40 years ago, and I worked for John Deere for a while, and then stayed home with my kids for a couple years. And when I re-entered the workforce, I was a director of the Waterloo Downtown Council, and then went to work for the Waterloo Chamber of Commerce and became the vice president there. And then former Mayor Leo Roof approached me about going to INTRCOG, the Iowa Northland Regional Council of Governments, and I was their executive director there for 25 years. And INTRCOG is an organization that works with cities and counties and the state and federal government in a 6-county area. So we had Blackhawk, Bramer, Butler, Chickasaw, Grundy, and Buchanan. And I loved it. But after a while, in 2010, my husband died very suddenly. And then shortly after that, I was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. And I worked for about 3 more years until, through chemo and radiation and surgery, I realized I couldn't give INTRCOG all that it deserved. And as much as I loved the job and loved the organization, I decided it was time to retire. So I retired in 2013 and stayed active in the Gaming Association and United Way and a lot of different nonprofits. But then I got to the point where I thought, I want to do something more. I want to do something that makes a difference, something that approaches my passion, which is government. I loved it. And I had worked with city government so much that I decided to run for city council. And I was very pleased with the support I got. I got about 70% of the vote at large. And so that was citywide, and I met so many wonderful new people. And my belief was that I needed to support and be an advocate for all of the city. And so that's the reason I ran at large. And when I got elected, then shortly after that, when we started on January 1, I was very pleased that the mayor appointed me Mayor Pro Tem. And it's because of my background that I have worked with cities so much. So I loved it. Again, met so many new people that I thoroughly enjoyed every minute of it.
Well, you just recently passed the budget. Talk to
Yes.
us about that process, how it was.
Well, let me start out with saying that the city did an excellent job of doing orientation for the new members. And so we got to meet all the department heads and learn about their challenges. So that was really helpful going into the budget. We had presentations from every department talking about what they would do if we cut their budget by 2.5% or 5%. Because the goal was to reduce taxes, but we had to maintain services. That to me was critical. And that's what I heard from the people, is that they were even willing to pay a little more in taxes if they could be guaranteed that the policemen would show up at the door when they were in trouble, or the ambulance or the firemen would show up, as well as all of our wonderful recreational services, the culture and arts. Waterloo is got so many treasures, and we really wanted to protect those. So we had, and I believe that we reduced taxes by growing the base, attracting new businesses, making sure that we have land and facilities available for them. And there's another segment that just wanted to cut the services. So there was a little bit of a quagmire there. We were a little bit at odds, and so it took us a while. But we did just on Tuesday, yesterday, was that yesterday, pass the budget that wasn't everything that everybody wanted, but it was, it did protect the majority of the services. It did add a new fee in the utility franchise fee. It did a couple things that wasn't what everyone wanted, but it's what compromise is all about. And so I was glad that we were able to do that.
Well, we wish you the best moving forward as Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you so much, Sharon.
Well, thank you. This has been very enjoyable. Thank you.
This has been Mediacom News Leaders, your opportunity to get the full story from the most reliable sources exclusively on Mediacom News Leaders. Bye.